switch off the vegetation in the game. That helps a lot. But yeah, as I said, you start off on normal, and as soon as you click normal, or you choose normal, you start your timer. I won't start my timer now. It wouldn't make sense. But as soon as you click normal, you start. Of course, you skip the cutscene, and then you bounty your first boss. As soon as you catch the bounty, make sure to skip the cutscene and switch to first person, because that will make Stranger stop his motion. Get up the elevator, and I've got a visual cue here. As soon as the top of the elevator is about this high, I hope you can see it, I'm pretty sure you can. You can do a double jump to get on top, like that. Switch to first person again, at least that's what I do here, you don't need to do that. And climb the stairs, get to the rope and do a rope climb. If you don't know how to do this, there's a link, there will be a link beneath the video if you watch this on YouTube. Let's try the fence. And another cutscene skip, of course. Alright, I'm gonna save here. Make sure now, there are two ways of proceeding. The first one is to do a bunny hop over the fence. That's what I usually do because it's faster. And the other one is to destroy the fence while you're in the air. I'm gonna try the bunny hop first. It looks like that. Now I have to reload the quick save. And the other option is to do a bunny hop, but don't go over the fence. Just go through the fence. While hitting the fence, you also have to hit your primary melee attack, I guess. And that can make the fence break while you jump through it. Let's try that. Like that. Sometimes it doesn't break, then you have to hit another just deliver another hit and it will break. But you should go for the bunny hop over the fence, that's always faster. And now here, unfortunately, we cannot skip the cutscene. We have to watch it. And now we are at the most infamous section of the tutorial, because that's where you're probably gonna restart your game 1,000 times. Because now we need to get across that wall, just over that wall. And there's this, well, it's actually an easy trick if you can get it, but it's not that easy. You will see that. There's a tiny bit of collision in that corner. So all you have to do is press forward into the corner and double jump and hold forward. And eventually you will land on top of that small collision. And if it takes more than 10 seconds, you should probably restart if you want to have a good run. Like, I'm struggling way too hard already. There we go. I'm holding forward right now. Don't let go of forward. And then you jump over the wall. That's how you do this. And that's how we can skip the whole room here. So we can avoid making this guy go over here, or going down here and going up the elevator. Alright, then you, oh actually that was wrong. You get down here to this corner, and from here you jump to that ledge. Make sure to hold left here, because you will slide a bit at the beginning. And if you let go of left, you're gonna fall down there. Then you jump to here, and to the tree. Oh yeah, never forget to save. Quick save and quick load is your best friend at any percent, or actually at Stranger's Wrath. And now this trick can, or this, it's not really a trick, it's a jump. It can be a bit tricky, but actually it's not. So you just need to hold forward and then do like that. Just a smooth movement to the left and you will get it. Sometimes you will be thrown to third person here, like that. That doesn't matter. Make sure to not fall down here, because that would mean to take another route, a very old route we don't want to take. Just follow my steps here. Obviously, we're out of bounds. Down here, here, and now there would be two ways, but I'd recommend this one, the left one. Save here, or don't, if you're a tough guy. And from here you need to jump to here, to there. This can be a bit tricky because after I do this I usually go for a bunny hop, but you don't have to. I'm just gonna try it like that. There we go. And from here, jump over there. This can be a bit tricky again. I always go for I strafe to the right is when I'm in the air. I find it easier, I don't know why. Get on top of that rooftop or the elevator and you get thrown to third person sometimes. That means you trigger the enemies down here, which is, it doesn't matter at all. Jump here. And if you watch the run of any presenter, actually the tutorial is part of every category. Now we need to get to the top of this elevator, which would be easy, right? We could just jump here, and get there. But this is where you would be stuck, because there are no enemies here, the door won't open, there's a trick ghosting through that wall and stuff, but that takes way too long. So make sure to not forget, when you hear over those two guys you spawned, or you didn't, make sure to go here till the text box appears. But that's not all. Take a look at my radar. Just take a couple of steps further and the enemies up there will spawn. That's what you want. And from here you can jump over here. Make this. And then you kill them or you bounty them. I always go for 2 kills and 1 bounty. And with this elevator it's the same as with the first one. There's a visual cue you can use for getting out of there a bit faster. Now before I do this, maybe I should explain a bit about that. There are 3 enemies up there and you want them to drown. Actually, I'm gonna quick save here and show you how I do this. That is pretty good RNG. You saw I shot the second guy first. That's what I always do. Second guy first, third guy second, and first guy third. I hope you can understand that. Because it means if you shoot the second guy first, the first guy will turn to the right. And usually it's like that. If you hit an enemy with a fuzzle, he will start running into the direction he's facing. So if he is looking to the right, it's more probable that he runs into the water actually. So shoot the second guy first and the first guy last. That's a small trick of RNG manipulation, I guess. Skip this cutscene, go to first person again, and here's a small trick. Just shoot your fuzzles through the gap between the gates. That's pretty easy. Should not be a problem. What the hell just happened? Did you see that? The fuzzles jumped somewhere up there. Okay, usually that doesn't happen. Usually the fuzzles kill that guy. Wow. Like that. Hey Chodo. Alright, just follow the path until you get the zap flies, and yeah, me neither. I never saw that before. Switch to the zap fly, wait till it's charged, and hit the switch. Now, there is a small trick you can do here. It's called the early bridge shot. You can already see the switch over there for the bridge. You can hit that the switch from here. But it's pretty finicky, And you shouldn't waste any more time. Just, if you open the door, do it like that. Just walk a couple of steps. Oh, there you go. I hit it. Thank you. Thank you. If you don't hit it, don't waste your time, as I said before. Just don't. Yeah, hello, Choda. Thanks for stopping by. As soon as the text box appears, the switch will be closed. So after that, you don't have a chance to hit the switch before before you have to collect the critters. In this case, it actually opened because I already hit it again, but don't get confused by that. Okay, just collect your ammo. And usually you would be able to open the bridge here, but as I said, if not, that's not a problem. Cross the bridge. And I always go for a zap fly. I zap fly the first guy on the right, and I punch the left guy into the water. That's probably the fastest way. Yeah, sometimes this guy runs at you, which is good. Hit the barrel. Shoot a zap fly at that guy so he dodges, because if he dodges, he won't dodge your Bolamite. So do a quick zap fly and then a Bolamite. That will catch that guy. Because he will sometimes just dodge your Bolamites, which is pretty annoying. And you can avoid that by just shooting one zap fly and then one Bolamite. Right, finish the tutorial. This is where I skip, or where actually most of us skip. Split, sorry. We split. And we skip the cutscene, of course. And after that, walk to the bounty store.
Need to find that bounty store.
Sometimes, maybe I should mention that, sometimes you're gonna have problems after cutscenes if you have a high frame rate. Sometimes Stranger won't walk. Oh, right, like that. I'm pressing down right now. There we go. You can avoid this by quick saving, for example, like that. Or by just holding the direction before the cutscene ends. Because in the buildings you cannot switch to first person. In first person you won't have that problem. Okay, go to the bounty store and accept Filthy Hands for it.
Hey, stranger.
Follow the way to the Dead Hands Pass. I think that's what it's called. Yep. And this is where we first use the ghost trick. This is what separates any percent from any percent ghost. Skip the cutscene and walk towards this wall. Now, as I said, I'm going to tell you a bit about the ghost trick. There are, I always call them soft walls and hard walls. You cannot ghost through hard walls. For example, like that. I cannot ghost through this wall. I don't know why, the frame rate is pretty high. It's at 200 right now. But this wall is a soft wall. Make sure you have a high frame rate, somewhere between 150 and 200. It depends on your frame rate, of course, how fast you go through that door, through that wall. It's not a door. As I said, my frame rate is right now at 220, and I can easily ghost through that wall. And this is where you need to go ghost out, next to the fence here. Okay, after that, do a jump to here. This can be a bit tricky. Maybe you need to practice it a bit. Go to this corner, and then you can just jump through here and make your way out of the town. If you know how this works, it's pretty easy, and it's a pretty cool trick discovered by, well, the ghosting actually is discovered by me, but that you can ghost there is, was discovered by Vadi. Oh yeah, just, you know, oh, there's actually a pretty cool trick I never get. I'm gonna try it right now, because you can do a quick shortcut here, like that. Okay, usually you don't go for the rope there, you just jump across the wall. But you don't have to do that, just that was just a little bit of playing by me. Go to the rope and jump across the wall and towards the bridge. Cutscene skip, of course. And after that you're gonna use the bunny hop. Again, if you don't know what the bunny hop is, there will be a link under the video for all bounties tutorial where I explain all the basic tricks. Bunny hops. Okay, I messed it up, but usually you bunny hop here. Like that. And if you're good, you can easily bunny hop to here and you'll be still fast. Unlike I just did. Again, bunny hopping here. Make sure to not run into cactuses and or walls. You don't need to buy anything or get anything. Talk to anyone here. We skipped the whole city and all the bosses. Now we get to the gate that is closed, but we don't care because we can ghost. Oh wow, that was a rhyme. I look up there. I'm at about 220 frames. I just hold forward and I go through the gate. There we go. We just skipped the city. Pretty easy. It shouldn't be a problem. If you have a problem doing this, your frame rate is probably not good enough. Look down here and try to go for that cool thing right there. It's like a small combination of jumps, I guess. Nothing much to say here, but now we are at our first rope launch. And I always go for a rope launch like that. Oh wow. Nope, not like that.
Bounty store.
Like that. You land here, which is pretty okay. But I hope I did have a safe game. Okay, okay. But usually the more classic rope launch here is from this side. If you can get it. There we go. Yep. And now we are at the jungle. Which can be very dangerous if you're doing a run. Because those guys can easily shoot you. And what we want to do here is we want to collect the boom bat. That's why we take the left route here. Again, bunny hops here. And make sure that these guys don't hit you. You can do bunny hops here if you want. It's not that much faster. And now you do a hooner shot like that. While you're sprinting, you're gonna jump, switch to first person, shoot the boom bat, and switch back to third person because that will maintain your sprint. It's called hooner shot. I'm very proud of that. And then you just proceed and go through the forest, or the jungle as I call it. And of course you do bunny hops here, which I just messed up. And you go to the New York City Port Authority. And to this, right here, between those two boxes, I guess. Because that's where you're gonna ghost again. Look to the bottom, make sure to, okay, I should tell you that. Make sure to not hit any of those boxes while you're sprinting. Because that will lower your frame rate by quite a bit. And you will have difficulties ghosting through that wall as long as it's still like crumbling around, I guess. Okay, so I look down here. You can probably just also look at the top, but I have a lower frame rate there, so make sure to look at the bottom. I'm at 210 frames right now, and I can go through that wall with no problems. Boom. Alright, that's why we collected the boom bat. We can do a boom bat jump here. I always aim for that black stripe, and I do the boom bat jump up here. And that's it. That's how we skip the second, oh actually the third city, New York City, the last city if you want. And from here it's bunny hopping time. If you can, oh well, I already messed it up. You can get really faster if you do good bunny hops. And if you do perfect bunny hops, you can jump to that rock here. It's worth noting. What do you mean, Chodo? The door is skipped with the boom bat jump because ghosting through the door means the scene does not lock. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure I already ghosted through that. Or which scene do you mean actually? Do you mean like the area behind the door? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's possible. You need to, of course, that's always the case when you... No problem, never mind. The game is like very loading trigger heavy. You have to go through certain loading triggers to load the area behind that certain trigger. And that's what Choda is talking about. That's actually right. There is a way to go through the door, but you cannot go directly through it. Just do the boom bat jump. You'll be fine. Believe me. Ghosting through that door is just... it's a mess. Okay, after that, you just run all the way here. And after that tree, there is a soft wall. And we're gonna go through that again. I always aim like a 45 degrees to the top. Like if you go through that, my frame rate is at 220 right now. You should kind of be in one line with the sun. That's what I try to look at all the time. Like about to the sun. Like that. And there's water below you. That's where you want to go. Boom. Shoutouts to FXYZ who found that. Now this is what Choda was talking about. You can see the area here is not loaded. You need to hit the loading trigger, and that's why you swim more like into this direction. If a stranger would start. And you will see that line between loaded and not, or rendered and not rendered area is like moving to the right, and that's what you want. Because now the area is loaded. Don't go straight towards that point. Do that little arch around, so you actually make the you actually load the area. That's very important. Get out here and get over here. And now you skipped like 3/4 of the game already just by doing that. Okay, here you want to have low health, so you may shoot the barrel and do the boom back to the other barrel, and there we go.
Hold it, boys. Hold it. Now.
Of course you need to skip the cutscenes here, or you don't need to, but It's recommended. And this can get, I wouldn't say frustrating, but it can be tricky. Make sure to switch to first person right away and to use your radar, because with your radar you see where the enemies are. They can be like hiding somewhere. They're not actually hiding, but they run around like you don't really know what manner. Just make sure to watch where they're going to make them die as soon as you can. First person, and there we go. I punched these 3 guys to the fire. Okay, 1 guy left. It's this guy. There we go. Oh, one point I should mention is when that metal bar falls down and it's not static yet, like it's not lying there the way it does right now, it can kill you. Don't touch it while it's still moving. Dash here. Do a better job than I did. And get out there. This is how I do this, because as you saw there is actually a rocket guy behind me, and if you don't have that much health as I have right now, it can be very dangerous. And here it's pretty hard to not splatter. You have to be very close to the wall, and then you just go for it. And actually this, what's the city called? Moonlight Creek or something? I don't know. This is just a matter of practice. Like, you'll see me racing through this. Just do that over and over again. It's not that hard. Just a bit of practice. There we go. Of course you skip all the cutscenes, I shouldn't mention that. And you go to the grub village. Like that. Skip the cutscene and switch to first person right away. Again, to avoid making Stranger that strange move. And I always go for an ammo change right now. I'm gonna put the zap flies on my right crossbow and the empty slot where usually the boom bats are on my left. But that's up to you how you do that. And now you want to have at least 1 boom bat. And usually if you're not that slow, there's 1. There we go. We proceed. If you do not see a boom bat spawning there, don't worry about it. Don't waste too much time in hunting a boom bat there, because the only thing we need the boom bat for right now is this. If you don't have a boom bat, just goes through the gate here, like that. But if you could get a quick boom bat, then do a boom bat jump here on top of that rock, like that. It's faster than to go through the gate. But as I said, if you don't have a boom bat because you didn't want to wait, that's okay, just goes through the gate. Don't collect the mosquitoes. We don't need them anymore. And trigger the cutscene. We want to trigger that cutscene to... Actually, there's a way to not trigger the cutscene, but then we wouldn't have the riot slugs. And we want to have the riot slugs for the Glocktiggy at the end. Okay, go back there again and find the soft wall here. About here. Like, this whole area is softish. And if you look to the ground, my frame rate is at 210 right now. You have to be very careful here, because there is not a lot of space for that. Okay, and then jump over to here. So it doesn't matter if you fall to the void. It really doesn't, because as long as, oh man, your x coordinate is in the water, it doesn't matter where your y coordinate is. I don't know how to say that, but let me show you. If you fall down here, but you go to here, boom, you'll be in the water. Doesn't matter that you were all the way down there, as long as water is over you. That's what I meant with the x coordinate. And then you're at the boat, which is really easy at any percent. And the boat section is actually pretty straightforward. Nothing much to say actually. Just make sure to not, you know, row into a wall. And then you go straight for that ship, I guess, or tanker, or whatever that is. And there would actually be a way to go through that wall here and avoid all those things, but that takes way too long. So the traditional strat is still the best strat here. Jump out of the car, of the boat I mean, and get over here. Make sure that these guys don't kill you, and you do this by jumping, because as long as you're underwater, those guys won't hit you. But you'll also be slower, so make sure to find a good don't jump too often if you can afford. Go back into the boat and row again. Okay, just make sure that the guys on the right side don't see you, because they will already shoot you as long as you're in the water, and that's not cool. Jump out here and swim towards the rope. And that's what I mean. Those guys could actually shoot you now, and that can be painful. All you have to do here is hit the switch, or rather the button. Sometimes the boat helps you, that's pretty cool. And now you want to try and jump back into the boat, oops, like straight, like that, like that. And now we're at the most, well, I'd say the most infamous part of the run. At least it used to be. Because now with any percent and with ghosting, it's so easy. You don't even need to bother those guys at the beach. You just go straight for the cave entrance here. And you should have a boom bat right now. Maybe you remembered I left the grub village with 1 boom bat. And now I have 3, because boom bats respawn at certain points in the game. So you should have boom bats here. If not, you have to fight those guys and get some ammo chow. Okay. Now you have to get a boom bat, do a boom bat jump to the top of that pillar, I guess. But make sure that actually happened to me when I had 1 boom bat. Make sure to not fire your boom bats like that. That's just annoying. So get up here. And now you go through, there's an invisible wall right here. You can't see it, that's because it's invisible. And as you can see right now, Stranger is still burning. That will take away some of your frames. So if you struggle to go through that through the wall, that's because you're still burning. Because now I got like 30 frames when I stopped burning. Look at the top and just goes through here, goes through the invisible wall. My frame rate is at 225 right now. Boom, there we go. That's last lags. Easy as that. Shoutouts to FXYZ again. He found that. Pretty cool trick. Jump once to get into the boat if you're not as stupid as I am. And I always switch to the fuzzles right here. And then you just row through the cave, which is pretty boring. If you happen to find a faster way, that would be pretty cool. Little bit of hidden lore at the walls here. I actually liked the cave when I played it casually. It's very Oddworld-ish. Alright, but finally you made it through the cave. In about 15 seconds. And what you do after you skip the cutscene is you point your camera down, because that will avoid lag. I'm going to show you. There's the lag. I'm at 30 frames right now. Boom, and if you point down the camera, I'm at 150. Okay, make sure to point down the camera. And leave the boat as soon as you're between those two pillars, and wait for a damage boost here. Boom. That wasn't the big damage boost. We got it. Ouch! Hey! Okay. This is where I save usually, and I just want to tell you what I do. Do a dash, and try to knock those guys like at the same time. I'm gonna try that again. Like that. They will both be away and drown. Man, those turrets are annoying. So you don't need to use your puzzles. Activate just the button, do a dash here and jump over to here. And try the same with those two guys. If it doesn't work, never mind. If you want to be extremely safe, fire some puzzles at the ground. So if those guys come back to hit the button again, they will be attacked. But usually you don't have to. That was a nice damage boost. And there we go. You don't have to be worried about those guys here. They won't hit you as long as you don't stop. Just wait a bit. The door opens and you can proceed.
Okay, listen up, you idiots. We just got word from upstairs that them little peckerhead river creatures are starting to show up around the perimeter. So if you see any, let them know who's boss.
Don't run, don't run into the gate as I did. Be a bit more patient. Leave the boat here and go on top of that railing. The crate here will help you with that. Dash to here and to the rope. And hit the button, of course. Alright, I'm gonna show you a little trick here, which is pretty cool. If you jump down there normally, it will look like that. And you can enter the boat now. But if you go for that, for here, Stranger won't be that deep into the water. I hope you know what I mean. I should show you again. If you jump into the water while you're here at this area, Stranger won't dive that far down, and you can enter the boat a bit quicker. That's a pretty neat trick, but it's helpful. It can save about 1 or 2 seconds.
Attention all personnel, we got that troublemaking thief running around in here. It's the same one that's been kicking our ass all along the river. Secto's put a large price tag on its head, so happy hunting.
Outside that door there will be a cutscene again, and you know how to deal with cutscenes, right? Right. Make sure to jump on that. I don't know if it's a boat. I don't know. Just jump here, and to the rope. And then you can actually use a boom bat here to kill that guy up here, this one. Because now you need to go through this wall. And this can be very annoying when that guy's still alive. My frame rate is about at 200, which you can see is I'm already a bit stuttering. But in the end, you just make it and you skip the clock ticky. Jump in here and cutscene skip. Now here you have to do this. Do a double jump to not swim that much. Jump on top of that box and to here. And then you do a small movement jump up here, which is not very that's embarrassing. Which is not very hard. And you jump here. And goes through this wall. Maybe I should show it to you. Just goes through that wall. Frame rate is at 200. As soon as you're through, dash and collect some ammo from those 2 boxes here. Sting bees, or super sting bees as they're called. You're gonna need them for the final boss. You can knock out these guys, but you don't have to. I always do, because they can be painful. That's a perfect spot to heal, and then you proceed. And now, there is actually 2 ways to proceed here. I'm gonna show you the fast way first, and I hope I can do it. Make sure to jump on that ledge, that metal ledge thing.
Let's earn our paychecks.
Oh man, I made it first try. Hey FXYZZ, that's the guy I was talking about earlier. There's an invisible wall here, if you don't know it. It's here. You can't just walk here. And what I did here is I jumped to avoid that invisible wall. This is a very hard trick, and if you're new to this game, I still mess it up sometime. You should definitely not go for this trick, because that's a bunny hop and stuff like that. There's a very easy way to get over that invisible wall, which is right here. Shoot this window right there, and then just jump over the invisible wall, like that. It's easier and probably faster at the beginning, because the other trick you will mess it up a lot of times. Oh yeah, I should have said jump through the window and hit the button. That's button hitting time. There's really no trick here, just be fast. These guys up here can be a pain, but there was, as you probably saw, wow, camera please, there was an autosave. So even if you forget to save here, you'll be fine. This is where I switched to Sapflies, sorry, Sting Bees, and Riot Slugs. You actually don't need to heal up here. It really doesn't matter because there will be a cutscene soon, and after that cutscene you will have full health again. There we go. Do a bunny hop here. And I'm gonna show you the way I do this. Jump here. And this can be a bit tricky right now. But if you make it, this is pretty fast. That's really just practice. There's no big trick there, you just have to practice this jump. Now what you do here is you go to the left and you cut the corner here like that. That makes the sniper guys not appear. You despawn the sniper guys kind of, which is pretty convenient. The tank shouldn't be a problem at this point. The fireballs though can get a problem sometimes, but usually they don't. And there we go, final stretch of the game. Do the winner shot here, but you don't have to. You can just collect the Sting Bees the normal way. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, so the Galactiki fight can be... Stop. Okay. Can be a bit tricky, especially at the beginning. What I do is I dash and I double jump to avoid the green, whatever that is, the green webs. I hope I can do this right here. Oops, nope. Yeah, the problem was I was already too late because I waited till the cutscene ended. Okay, the general thing, the general idea about this fight is you want those guys to get green. Wow, that's a bad fight. You want those guys to get green and then jump at them. Like that, because that will make them do their spin move again. And they will stay at you. And to be honest, I don't have like... Oh wow. Don't forget to save during the fight and recharge your health. There is not... This is kind of muscle memory, I guess. If you do this over and over again, you just have a feeling for when you need to shoot the slug. Oh, two guys. Yeah, and sometimes you'll be too late. Don't forget to refill your ammo. And as I said, don't forget to save. Oh wow. There we go. Reload as soon as they're dead. And now, for the final fight, for the Sector fight, this can be very frustrating. I lost a lot of runs for Sector.
Chumps are through.
Go to the right and unleash hell to the left part of the generator. And now, you saw this thing is fully charged and it will blink 3 times. As soon as it starts, I always go to the right one And I stand somewhere here. That's why it can get frustrating. Wow. Well, you get the idea. I don't have a visual cue here, which is probably not a good thing. I was too close. But other players I know have a visual cue. They look at the boards here, somewhere at the ground, to know where they're standing. And it's been a while since I last fought Secto. And that's how you do it. I don't really have a visual cue, I said that before. It's just like a feeling of where I have to stand to make him kill the generator. But as I said, it's probably easier to get like a visual cue there. And after he destroyed the first machine, just go ahead and kill the second one. You can cower behind the rock so he doesn't hit you. If you don't want that, move in small circles and the run will be over. You hit, like, you split as soon as you destroy the second generator. And that's it. That was a small, but I hope it was helpful, small tutorial for any percent HD. Thank you, Jodo. I'm gonna put this on YouTube, obviously. Good tutorial. Thank you very much, Jodo.
What was that? Steve! Steve, do kick Steve!
Any percent HD is so easy. Also thanks to FXYZ. Z. Found a couple of cool tricks, especially ghost tricks. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, guys. As I said before, I'm gonna put this on YouTube. Maybe some people will watch it, maybe some people will learn it. Maybe it's helpful, I hope it is. If not, you can just ask me or ask anyone in the Oddworld speedrunning community. Pretty cool bunch of people. They will help you, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I will probably make a tutorial for any percent no ghost soon. But I don't really have a clue when that's gonna be.
It's the old Steve!
Is the water free?